Okay, so right now we are going to talk about rotations. So rotations, there is one difference that you haven't done that's new this year with the rotations. And that is rotating about a point. So we're going to practice by just rotating about the origin. 13 and 14 are origin because they say so. There's these cute little dots, but just ignore them. They're errors from the copy machine, so don't worry. Anyways, this says rotation 180 degrees about the origin. The easiest way to do rotations, there are many ways, but the easiest way is to turn your paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my paper 180 degrees. And it doesn't matter clockwise or counterclockwise for 180 degrees. Okay, now we pretend our grid line is right side up, so that we're not looking at it upside down. And we're going to write down these 4 ordered pairs, okay? And these will be where this cute little picture right here of this quadrilateral, which is a 4-sided figure, this is where our new shape is going to be after we rotate it and draw it again by ourselves. Okay, so we're going to write down these little letters, these vertexes. H prime is at 1, 2, 2, 0. So that's where we will graph H prime. G prime is at, let's see, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 4. So you're just writing them down as if it was right side up. F prime is at 0, 5. And then I prime is at 5, 4. Okay, so I just counted my boxes. I turn my grid back around. And now I'm going to put this shape up in the top right where we just saw it. We're going to do that by graphing these dots that we just made. So H prime is 2, 0, so 2, 0, there we go. H prime. G prime is 0, 4. F prime is 0, 5. I prime is 5, 4. I prime. Okay, and then connect your shapes for your picture. Ta-da! Isn't it pretty? Okay. Number 14, rotation degrees counterclockwise. So remember, counterclockwise means opposite of a clock. So it would be turn your paper to the left, and it would just be to the left one time. So this is what the paper should look like, and then again, you would repeat the process. So write down the ordered pairs, turn it back around, graph it. Now, if you have a new point, like 15 and 16, it tells you what the point is. So 15, it says that it's at 1, 1, and 16 is at -1, -1. Oh, sorry. Pause.
To the main office. Kaden, retreat to the main office.
Okay, sorry about that. So this is our new origin or our new 0, 0 spot. So we're going to put a dot there at 1, 1. So there's our new dot. And then we're going to draw new grid lines. So the old grid lines that we have, we are going to try our best to ignore them. Do not look at them. Also, we should label these because it's easier to rotate when we have labels. So A, B, C. Fantastic. Okay, now we're going to do the exact same thing that we did on 13, only this time we're not counting from this center out, we're counting from our new center. So we're going to rotate 180 degrees, so upside down. Yay. Okay, and then we're going to write down these ordered pairs. So A prime is still at 0, 0. C prime, so we count from our new origin, is at -1, 2, -2, 1. And then B prime is at -1, and then 1, 2. Oh, just 2. Sorry, my bad. Okay, -1, -2. Okay, turn your graph right side up, and then you graph those ordered pairs that we just wrote down. Exactly like we did on 13, but we just changed our center, which isn't that bad. Okay, so B prime is at -1, -2. Oh, it's tricky. 1, 1, 2. Sorry, I just want to double check. So there's B prime. Remember, you're counting from this as a center and ignoring the grid, which is, again, tricky. A prime is already there, so A prime. And then C prime is -2, 1. So on this, we start at 0, 0. So -2 and then 1. There's your C prime. And we connect our dots. And voila! It's pretty. Little bow. Okay, moving on. 17. All right, so we're trying to write the rule. And the rule is how many degrees are rotated. So 180 degrees, 90 degrees clockwise, 90 degrees counterclockwise. We just need to pick what it is. So we start by picking a letter. So I'm going to pick V because it's very easy to see my V. I always have to start from my original to my new. Now see how this is broken up into 4 quadrants? Okay, so each of these 4 quadrants are 90 degrees. They're right angles. So they all, this is 90 degrees, this is another 90 degrees, another 90 degrees, and another 90 degrees. Okay, so it's easy if you count how many quadrants a shape rotates, and then you know how many degrees it rotates, and depending on which way, it tells you if it's clockwise or counterclockwise. So I start with my original V and I go to my V prime. So I moved one quadrant, which is a 90 degrees. I moved to the left, which is clockwise, because if I keep going, that looks like the way a clock rotates. So this is 90 degrees clockwise. And then this guy right here, I'll just show you this one as well. I pick a letter that's easy to see, so I'm going to pick H. So there's H and H prime. So I'm going to rotate my H all the way to H prime. So I go from one quadrant here, and then I go to another quadrant here. So remember, each quadrant is 90 degrees. So I went 2 quadrants, so that's 180 degrees. And 180 doesn't matter if you go clockwise or counterclockwise. So there's some examples of how to do rotations.